What's going on, everybody? My name is Brandon. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I make all sorts of content related to modifying my Corolla. But today, I got a few things that I want to throw on there that I've been looking and doing a little research on. So, I've been digging through the forums on a couple things, and I came across this thread that was about putting these aluminum pedals on the Corolla. And if you ever saw my last video on my previous Corolla, I put on some universal pedals that I had to drill in and screw in and everything like that, and they looked fine. They were a little bit more of a pain to put in because you had to just make sure everything was on center and everything like that. But these should be a OEM replacement. These are not meant for this car at all. This is for, from what I believe, this Toyota number is for like Celicas and things like that. Celica, Lexus, but supposedly they have the same exact brake and clutch pedal size. So I ordered these. They were a little expensive for what they were, and these are $60 for two of them. And then this right here is going to be the hardest part to find, if you can find it. But this is a whole pedal assembly, and it is not from a Celica or other Corolla or anything like that. This is actually from a Camry. So specifically, and from what I know, the 2011 Camry is the only one that was known to get this. It was the 2011 Camry SE V6. They were the only ones to have a aluminum. That's what this is. So, and after probably like 2 months of searching on eBay, I finally found one, and luckily I only had to pay $50 for this. So it is used. It is a little bit dirty, but it's not in terrible condition at all. And this should be a direct replacement to the one that's already in the Corolla. So if you guys are interested, I'll put the part numbers down below. I think this is easily, I'll put the link down below for this that I ordered, but this was just a one-time thing that I found on eBay. But I'll put the part number down there so that way you guys know exactly what part to look for when you guys are doing this. Because something else too that when I was reading about this is this specific part number was discontinued by Toyota because they redesigned it and made a different part number. I do not know the exact part number for that, but this part number in particular, 78111-33060. So that is the part number of this assembly for Toyota. So if you are looking for it, but hopefully, I still haven't even tested this yet, so hopefully we'll hop in there and everything will fit up perfectly fine. So I took a peek and it did look very similar. So, but we will find out and see. Alright, so here's the old dusty one, all plastic. And then here's the Camry one. I mean, you can see everything looks pretty identical as for hole locations and the pins. Alright, let's see if this plugs in. Alright, plugs in perfectly fine. Alright, definitely a little awkward to try to get this in here, especially with the camera in that way. So I just got this pedal installed, and I think this adds such a nice touch to this car. Like just having that aluminum accent looks so much nicer, as well as knowing that this is a OEM Toyota part. So that's what's even nicer about it. You don't have to go aftermarket or anything, especially for something like this that you don't want to like have fail on you. So I would definitely say this is a really nice improvement on here. And so also too, something that I was reading too is people say the pedal feel also is a little bit more engaging, like I guess with your foot. I don't know like what they actually mean, but we'll actually see too how it feels when we drive. So, but let me finish tightening up everything and then we'll try to take these off. So these should just be like a slip-on cover, and then we just slip on the other ones. All right, so after about like 10-15 minutes of trying to struggle to get this one on, I finally did. These are a very snug fit, way easier to take off than put on, so just take that into consideration. But they do fit, and they fit really snug. So one of the things that I definitely recommend is some soapy water. That definitely helped get like lubricate and be able to like kind of slip it over a little bit easier. I just pretty much soaked the metal pedal here, the metal piece underneath it, and then just kind of like slid it over from the top and just kind of press forward and down. Also using like a trim tool to try to like pry out the rubber at the same time as you're like pressing, so that way it'll want to fold over. So now let's do the brake pedal. All right, so to take it off, I kind of use a screwdriver underneath, kind of loosen it up a little bit, and just kind of pull towards you and up. So here's the old one, crusty, dusty old one. And now the new one. So I'm just going to spray that and spray the inside. Start from up top. Spin this one on. I don't know why this one was a lot harder than this one. Maybe just because it was farther into the car and leaning into it really sucks. So, but I got them all installed. Everything looks good. Something I noticed was my brake pedal has a little bit of slap in it. I don't know if this is normal or if something is loose and I need to look at trying to tighten something, but because my clutch pedal feels stiff, this feels stiff, so I don't know, but let's just kind of take it for a quick drive and just make sure everything works perfectly fine. Alright, so let's hop in the car. Yeah, I guess the pedal feels like more springy, I guess. Well, it works. They look like you would never guess that they're from different cars, so they look exactly the same. I mean, maybe that one has smaller little dimples on it, but you wouldn't really think that it wasn't supposed to look like that because just the way the design is of the pedal. So let's just drive this real quick and just make sure everything is working good. And yeah, I still need to get in alignment, so that is something, but I need to get some time to actually adjust those coilovers and get the stance to where I want it, because when I do that too, I most likely will be throwing on my other wheels at the same time. So that's why I haven't really been in a rush to get in alignment, because these wheels on this car, or the tires on this car, really aren't that important to me. So I mean, I don't plan on putting so many miles on it where I'm gonna destroy them because of an alignment, but there are just some cheap off-brand tires that are on here. So alright guys, so just got back from the drive and everything went well. I definitely have to say these pedals do look really nice. So they definitely will cost you a lot more than if you went the other universal route that I went the first time. So I think when I went the first time, the Sparco racing like aluminum pedals, I think I paid like $35-40 for all three of them. This is definitely going to be a lot more than that, just because you're buying OEM parts. So OEM parts are always going to cost a lot more. Like I said, I was able to find these for about $30 a piece, and then that one I got lucky and I was able to find for about $50 used on eBay. So whether or not you can find one in like a scrapyard or not, or I think, like I said, if you can find out what the new Toyota part is, I think when I was searching for it, I found one pedal that looked very similar and had a very similar part number, and they wanted like $300 for it. So all depends on how much you want to spend and where you can find that Camry pedal. So that 2011 Camry pedal is going to be the one of the hardest things to find. So, but with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.